2 U-bolts and 4 nuts, and they're securely mounted, not damaged, no illegal welds. My shock absorber is securely mounted, not damaged, not leaking. My airbag and airbag mount. My airbag mount is securely mounted, not damaged, no illegal welds, all bolts present. My airbag is securely mounted, not damaged, not leaking. Now we're going to the torque bar part of the suspension that's securely mounted, not damaged, no illegal welds. Now from our suspension, from our drive axle, now we're going to go to our brake system from our drive axle. These are our hoses and lines that they're securely mounted, not damaged, not leaking. Our brake chamber over here is securely mounted, not damaged, not leaking. The clamp is securely mounted, not damaged, not leaking, no illegal welds. Now our slack adjuster. Push rod has no more than 2 inches of play. Slack adjuster at 90-degree angle when brakes are applied. Securely mounted, not damaged, no illegal welds. This is our brake drum and brake lining. The brake drum is securely mounted, not damaged, no illegal welds. The brake lining is securely mounted, not damaged, no illegal welds. The brake lining has no less than 1/4 inch material, and the brake drum and brake lining are free of oil and grease. Okay, now from our brake system, we're going to go to our wheels. This is our rim here. It is securely mounted, not damaged, no illegal welds, inside and outside of the rim. Now we're going to go to our ICD from our tires. The inflation, condition, and depth. The inflation is 100 psi or manufacturer specs. I know this because I checked it with a tire gauge. The condition on the sidewalls, no abrasions, bubbles, or cuts. The tire depth, it cannot be no less than 2/32 of tire depth. Okay, in between our dualies, we have no spacers. There's no gap in between the rims. The tires are not touching. No debris inside the duals tires. Our lug nuts are all present, tight, not loose, securely mounted, not damaged. Our axle seal is securely mounted, not damaged, not leaking. Our valve stem and cap is securely mounted, not damaged, not leaking. Okay, now from the drive wheels, we're going to go to the front of the trailer. Okay, we're talking about our lights and reflectors that are amber in color, securely mounted, not damaged, clear, clean, and functional. And if you could please help us check these lights before we leave, we will appreciate it. Now our header board in the center of the front of the trailer is securely mounted, not damaged, no bulges or holes. The hoses and lines from the front of the trailer. The electrical line is securely mounted, not damaged, no frays. The electrical line is secured, locked with a safety latch. Our glad hand is securely mounted, not damaged, not leaking. Our glad hand rubber seal inside is securely mounted, not damaged, and it's not leaking. Our airline itself is securely mounted, not damaged, and they're not leaking. Okay, so now from the front of our trailer, now we're going to the side of our trailer. We're going to talk about the lights and reflectors. In the front, they're amber in color. In the rear, they're red in color. So they're securely mounted, not damaged, clear, clean, and functional. And if you guys could please help us check the lights before we leave, we would appreciate it. On the side of the trailer, no bulges or holes. My frame, securely mounted, not damaged, no illegal welds. From my frame to my cross members, they're securely mounted, not damaged, no illegal welds. The floor is securely mounted, not damaged, no holes. Okay, so from my frame, my landing gear is fully raised. My handles in a locked and secured position. My landing gear itself has no missing parts. Now, my support frame of the landing gear is also securely mounted, not damaged, no illegal welds. Okay, from my landing gear, now we're going to go to the suspension. This right here is my torque bar. It's securely mounted, not damaged, no illegal welds. This is my spring mount. My spring mount is securely mounted, not damaged, it's welded to the frame. Our leaf springs are securely mounted, not damaged, no illegal welds. I have no more than 1/4 missing leaf springs, and they're not shifted or broken. They're held to the axle with an anchor plate, 2 U-bolts, and 4 nuts. And they're securely mounted, not damaged, no illegal welds. Okay, now for my suspension, I'm going to go to my brake system on my trailer axle. My hoses and lines are securely mounted, not damaged, not leaking. My brake chamber is securely mounted, not damaged, not leaking, no illegal welds. My clamp is securely mounted, not damaged. Now my slack adjuster, my push rod doesn't exceed no more than 2 inches of play. My slack adjuster is at a 90-degree angle when brakes are applied. And they're both securely mounted, not damaged, no illegal welds. Okay, my brake drum and brake lining. Brake drum is securely mounted, not damaged, no illegal welds. My brake lining is securely mounted, not damaged, no illegal welds. I have no less than 1/4 inch of material on the brake lining, and the brake drum and lining is free of oil and grease. Okay, so now from our brakes, now we're going to our wheels. Okay, so we're going to talk about the rim. The rim is securely mounted, not damaged, inside and out, no illegal welds. From the rim, we're going to the tire. We're going to talk about the ICD. Inflation, condition, and depth. The inflation on the trailer tire is at 100 psi or manufacturer specs. I know this because I checked it with a tire gauge. The condition is no abrasions, bubbles, or cuts on the sidewalls of the tire. The depth tire depth is no less than 2/32 tire depth on the trailer tire. Okay, now we're going to be talking about in between the dualies. We have no spacers, no gap in between the rims. The tires are not touching or rubbing, and no debris. Now all lug nuts are all present, tight, and not loose. My hub oil seal is securely mounted, not damaged, not leaking. My valve stem and cap is present, securely mounted, not damaged, not leaking. Now from the wheels of the trailer axle, now we're going to go to the rear of the trailer. We have 3 ID lights on top, clearance lights, left and right turn signals, 4-way flashers, and brake lights and reflectors, all red in color, securely mounted, not damaged, clear, clean, and functional. And if you guys could help me check the lights before we leave, I would appreciate it. Okay, the door is securely mounted, not damaged. There's no bulges or holes. It opens and closes freely. The cables to the door are securely mounted, not damaged, not frayed. The handle, it's locked from the outside and it's secured with a safety latch. This is our pintle hook and it's securely mounted, not damaged, no illegal welds. All bolts present, tight, not loose. This is our DOT bumper. It's securely mounted, not damaged, no illegal welds. The splash guards of the trailer are securely mounted, not damaged. They're not dragging on the ground or rubbing the tires. Now, once you're done with the walk around part of the pre-trip, they could ask you a question if you would do the left side of the vehicle like you did the right side. You want to let them know that yes, you would. You would expect it the same way. They could also ask you if you're done with your pre-trip. The answer would be no, you're not done with your pre-trip because you have to do the in-cab part of the truck. Okay, so now that we're done with the pre-trip on the outside, we're going inside the truck to do the in-cab. Start. I'm going to put on my seatbelt, engage my clutch, make sure I have proper free play on my clutch, gear shifters in neutral, I have proper spring back, range selectors in low, rubber seal, securely mounted, not damaged, not leaking. Turn my key ignition switch on, engine start. Oil pressure rises to normal in 3 to 5 seconds. Temperature gauge is gradually rising to normal. Voltmeter is charging between 12 and 14 volts. Primary air gauge is moving to the right. I'm looking here on my panel. I have no ABS light. Governor cutout. My governor cutout will cut out in between 100 and 125, no more than 130. I will identify when this happens. I'm going to accelerate to help the system achieve it quicker. I'm going to wait 15 seconds from that air dryer noise to spit out the moisture. Okay, this is a good test. My primary air gauge has stopped moving to the right at 110 psi. I'm going to perform my governor cut-in. My governor cut-in is going to occur no lower than 85 psi. I'm going to pump my brake, wait 15 seconds in between pumps. Okay, my governor is cutting in at 90 psi. I know this because my needle started moving to the right. Perform an applied air pressure test. I have to go back to governor cutout. I'm going to help the system by accelerating. Okay, there's that air dryer noise. I'm going to wait 15 seconds. Okay, my governor cut out because my needle stopped moving to the right at 110 psi. I'm going to go ahead and put my gear shifter in low gear. I'm going to shut my engine off. I'm going to release my clutch. I'm going to release my parking brake. Let it settle. I'm going to release my emergency brake, trailer brake. Let that settle. I'm going to apply my service brake, and I'm going to apply it for a full minute. I can't lose no more than 4 psi's in this combination vehicle. Got to get my watch ready. Now that my foot's applied, my test starts now. Okay, it's been a minute. I did not lose any air pressure. Lower warning device. I'm going to turn my key ignition on. I'm going to wait till that warning buzzer comes off. I'm watching my primary gauge, and my lower warning device will come on between 55 and 75 psi. I'm going to fan my brakes before I can do this test. Okay, my lower warning device came on at 60 psi. I'm going to turn my key off. Spring brake test. My emergency brake will pop out, followed by my parking brake in between 20 and 45 psi. I will identify when this happens. I'm going to start pumping my brakes. This is a good test. My emergency brake popped out, followed by my parking brake at 30 psi. Will be my tug test. I have to go back to cutout, so I'm going to do a safe start. Engage clutch, proper free play, gear shifter in neutral. I have proper spring back, range selector in low, rubber seal is securely mounted, not damaged, not leaking. Turn my ignition key switch on. Engine start. Waiting for my governor to cut out, I'm going to continue my in-cab. My windshields are securely mounted, not damaged. I have no rock chips, no illegal stickers. My rubber seal is securely mounted, not damaged, not leaking. My wipers and washers are securely mounted, not damaged, and they're functional. My mirrors, my left mirror and my right mirror are securely mounted, not damaged. They're clean and they're functional, and they're well adjusted from the inside of the truck for my sight. And I have my air horn, functional. My electrical horn, functional. Steering wheel has no more than 2 inches of play, securely mounted, not damaged. I'm gonna check my indicator lights. My left turn indicator light functions. My right turn indicator light functions. My four-way flasher indicators are functioning. I'm gonna turn on my light. I'm gonna check my high beam. My high beam also functions. This is my heater and defroster, securely mounted, not damaged, and it's functional. securely mounted, not damaged. I have no frays. It latches correctly. My seat belt is securely mounted, not damaged to the floor.